I remember my fourth baby going off to school and coming home to an empty house and feeling like basically I was redundant. I didn't really have a job anymore. I loved being a mum and I did work part time, but there was this big gaping hole and recognizing that my life had revolved around my kids. Not that I wanted that to be any different, but there was part of me saying, I want more. I want more. But it felt selfish to ask for that. I mean, you have four healthy children, you have a home, you have a husband, as people say, I've got the white picket fence. But there was this deep desire within me to want more. And I have this deep belief that as mums, we don't get to ask for more.
Welcome to Radiant Mom Rising. Get ready to be inspired, empowered, and uplifted. I'm your host, Mary Dibble, and in each episode, we dive into amazing stories, insights, and conversations that help moms like you chase your dreams and embrace your worth. Let's rise and shine together. Hey there, future podcasters. Have you been dreaming of starting your own podcast but keep hitting roadblocks with the technical side of things? I know the feeling. Figuring out equipment, editing, hosting, it can feel so overwhelming, right? But guess what? It doesn't have to be that way. I'm Mary Dibble, host of the Radiant Mom Rising podcast, and I want to help you get your voice out there without all the tech stress. I'm now offering exclusive one-on-one coaching for anyone ready to finally start their podcast. Together, we'll go step by step through everything from setting up your equipment to recording and editing your episodes to getting your show out there for the world to hear. I'll teach you all the secrets I've learned along the way so you can skip the frustration and focus on sharing your message. Here's the best part. I've got limited spots available and I'm offering a special for a short time only. So if you've been on the fence, now's your chance to make it happen. But that's not all. If you're not quite ready to dive into coaching yet, I've got a free gift for you. My Podcaster Starter Cheat Sheet. It's packed with the essentials you need to start your podcasting journey today. The links are in the show notes. Grab it while you can. Don't let tech hold you back any longer. Sign up now and let's get your podcast launched. Welcome to today's episode of Radiant Mom Rising. Before we jump into today's episode, I've got something amazing I want to share with you. The Mom Biz Mastery course and community. If you've ever dreamt of building your own business, or if you already are knee-deep in the hustle, this course is meant for you. Being a mom entrepreneur isn't easy. Between the school runs, endless to-do lists, and just trying to squeeze a shower in, let's be real here, it can feel like there's just no time for you. But guess what? You don't have to do it alone. I help moms find more time for yourself so that you can focus on what truly matters. Mom Biz Mastery is packed with game-changing strategies, real-world insights, and options tailored to your life. Whether you're figuring out what fires you up or you're ready to level up, this course is going to guide you every step of the way. And the best part is you're going to be surrounded by a tribe of other powerhouse moms who get it, offering support. There's going to be coaching, networking opportunities, all that fits your busy life. If you are ready to make your dreams a reality, click the link in the show notes to learn more or contact me for a free consultation so we can get to know each other better and see if this is the right fit for you. I look forward to seeing you inside. I'm so excited you're here because we're about to embark on another powerful journey together. Midlife can feel like a whirlwind. So many responsibilities, so many changes, and sometimes it all feels a bit chaotic. But what if I told you that this season of life could be your most empowering yet? Our guest, Katya Dantini, is a mother of four, a wife of decades. She has worked with women in various ways, and as a Reiki practitioner for 30 years, her experience is vast and wide. Most days, she works from home amongst the trees in the outer suburbs of Melbourne, Australia. She believes there is magic in slowing down enough to hear ourselves, our true, authentic selves. For her, moving into midlife has been a wild and wonderful experience, and it has left her with much wisdom to share. She passionately believes that this can be such a perfect time to connect to what we want and to explore that wholeheartedly. In today's episode, we're going to explore how to find calm in the chaos, rediscover your passions, and create a life that's not just manageable, but truly fulfilling. Whether you're navigating career changes, family dynamics, or personal growth, this episode is packed with insights and strategies to help you embrace this transformative time with open arms. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's dive into the beauty of midlife together. Hey, Katya, thank you so much for joining us today on the Radiant Mom Rising podcast. I am so excited to have met you and the conversations we've had. So, I'm going to allow you the opportunity to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and then we'll go from there.
Sounds amazing. Thank you so much for having me. I love doing these sort of interviews. So, hi, I'm Katya. I'm from Melbourne, Australia, sort of the other side of the world. It's a morning here from Midlife with Katya. I work with women between the ages of 40 and 50 going through that midlife transition, generally because we don't get really seen that much. So, I work with the women like that. I love working with women and going from chaos to calm and creating a beautiful space for them to create the life that they desire. Because most of the time they're not living that life that they desire. So that is me. I work from home around my kids. I have four and a husband, two dogs, a cat. We're a big family and I'm surrounded by males. So I am the only female in my house. Even my animals are male.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that male dominance.
Plenty of that in
Oh,
my house.
yes. I
Yes.
love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. Well, share with us a little bit about your journey and what you went through, with
Mm.
everything that's led you to do what you do today.
Yeah. Look, what led me to do what I do today is I remember my fourth child going off to school. So there was 11 years between my eldest and my youngest. And I remember my fourth baby going off to school and coming home to an empty house and feeling like basically I was reduced. I didn't really have a job anymore. I loved being a mum and I did work part time, but there was this big gaping hole, I suppose, for want of a better word, and recognizing that my life had revolved around my kids. Not that I wanted that to be any different, but there was part of me saying, I want more. I want more. But it felt selfish to ask for that. I mean, you have four healthy children, you have a home, you have a husband, as people say, I've got the white picket fence. But there was this deep desire within me to want more. And I have this deep belief that as mums, and generally I work with mums, we don't get to ask for more. There's this hidden story that we hold that to ask for more is being selfish. So I went through quite a transformation over many years, but I found it quite lonely too. I found it a very lonely transition from being a mum and being surrounded by so many other mothers. I didn't feel like I was understood. Like I remember looking at them and going, well, they're getting on with life. Why can't I just get on with life and just be happy with what I've got? But yeah, that deep desire for more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because a lot of us are meant for more. And this is why I work with moms like I do, because I want to save them from getting to that point of even having to get to the empty nester and feeling like, oh gosh, who am I now? What do I do now? I think as moms, like we should have that permission to allow ourselves to be who we are through the journey of motherhood. And that's so important for us. So I honor what you do because you are helping those who have gotten to that point. And you're right, the journey can be so lonely when you're like that. So like I said, I applaud you for what you do and how you help people with that. And so what was it like whenever you started making these transformations for yourself and going and learning all that you did about yourself?
Look, I want to tell you it was this fairy tale, beautiful experience, but it was absolutely not. It had its moments, don't get me wrong. It had its moments where I was like, so that feels good for me. But there were plenty of falling over and getting myself back up again. And look, there was plenty of tears. There was plenty of frustration, but there was also those moments where I started to unravel from that narrative that I couldn't have more, that place. It started to unravel slowly. Look, not every woman goes through what I went through. I know from the work that I've done that my experience is quite extreme. But I had 19 years looking after children. And then it was like, oh, what do I do now? I don't know what I do now. So I think also the work that you're doing will so impact as women get old and as women get to that stage of midlife where their kids are starting school or leaving home or even starting high school. That's where it sort of starts to shift and change. But I think as mine was such a big transformation, it certainly took a couple of years to process through that. And there were peaks and there were valleys, but they got less over time.
Yes. And may I ask, what do you feel like through the hard times? What got you through that the most?
What got me through that was having support. I didn't have a lot of support because most of the people around me didn't really understand what I was going through. Even my family, I remember sort of reaching out to them. And they're like, "Oh, hey, you'll be all right. Just get over it. Just keep going." And I'm like, "Hang on a minute, I'm dying inside." I know that it's extreme, but
No, it's
you know,
how yeah, I could feel.
it was how it felt. I sort of come home to a lonely house. It's like, okay, what do I do now? So having support, having a place to share when you're having the bad days or when you're having the days where you're not feeling as confident within yourself, your environment, all of those things, that made a difference. Having the support was a game changer in a lot of ways, and it made it much easier to allow myself to stand outside what I was feeling, if that makes sense, to be able to just connect from what I'm feeling and go, hang on, this doesn't define who I am. Because I think that was one of the huge things was I felt like it defined me, that I just had to be the dutiful wife, the dutiful mother, and just continue to do what I was doing. Whilst my inner self was crying for more. So it was just unpacking those little bits that happened along the way.
That's amazing. And it's kind of sad when you talk about that. And I think about all of us, I can picture us as little girls. Like, I feel like
Mhm.
that's kind of like how we really are taught, to just we have to be the good girls. We have to be always listening and be our best, and we can't show our weakness by crying, just like with boys too. I mean, boys are taught that crying is weakness and it's not, but they're taught that. And it just breaks my heart because I see how that like I see it so much, how it does affect us as we get older. And when we like you say, as a mom, you and so many believe that we're not allowed to want more. Like we're selfish. Like we're so bad because it's like I hear that a lot. Like, well, you guys have all this and you're so happy. Like, why is that not good enough? And it's not that it's not good enough,
Mhm.
but it's like some of us just have this calling within us that we know we're meant for more. So why not? And these other people that we're seeing are living their best lives and doing other things. It's like, why is there this, perspective that we have, right? That we're not allowed to have that. Like we're bad for wanting that because it doesn't mean that we're not grateful. I think that's another
Mhm.
thing that we don't realize. It's like there's something wrong with being absolutely appreciative and grateful for what you have now and still at the same time strive for more. I think that's
Correct.
kind of isn't that shouldn't that be like the kind of the goal of life? It is to always be looking for more while also appreciating the now and what you got and being a giver in life. I think that to me anyways, that's how I would like to live out my life.
I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. And I think for me, I had such a story in my head that if I was wanting more, I was not grateful for what I had. So I was like, I'm super grateful for everything that I have.
Mhm.
But that desire for more, we
Yeah.
get to ask for that. And we get to ask for that in whatever space or language that we need it.
Exactly. And please, by all means, share. Since I know that journey It's not always easy in the beginning, which I love that you're very honest about that because it's not, because it's scary and your body's gonna fight you and things are gonna fight you for it. But at the same time, like from where you are now, thinking
Yes.
back, how would you say, like, was it not worth it? Like, share like how, a little bit about like
Oh,
your experience of like finally stepping into that.
it is. It's funny, just recently I've been going back to, okay, what was it like for me? What was it really like? And part of me is like, doesn't want to go back there because I know how hard a time it was for me. But there is another part of me going, how far have you come? How much have you grown? How much have you come into the authentic version of who you are? How much do you own yourself rather than shrinking in the corner and hiding? Because I did. As a mum, I turned into a mum, and overnight, I basically just shrugged because that's what a mother was supposed to do. She's supposed to be in the background. She's not supposed to be the front, front and center. So if I look back now, I am so grateful for the experience. I'm so grateful for everything that I have learned, how much I've grown, how the people I've met, the women I've helped, the connections that I've made. Getting messages from clients going, this happened today, and just like, oh,
It's so fulfilling, isn't it? I love it.
just lights that fire and that passion in me. So, there are days where I go, wow, that was a full on experience. But then there's days that I go, how much did that teach me about women and about how strong they are and about how powerful we are when we support each other, when we're there with our whole hearts, cheering each other on.
Yes, it's beautiful, and I really enjoy to see more and more of women coming together and supporting because there is a shift in that in today's world. We are seeing more and more women showing up, being entrepreneurs, going out there and owning their worth, and that's such
Mhm.
a powerful message. Hey there, aspiring entrepreneurs. Ready to turn your free time into a flourishing digital marketing business? Introducing LipoMax, your comprehensive all-in-one package for launching a successful venture. With LipoMax, you'll get access to over 200 in-depth, beginner-friendly training videos tailored to your needs. Plus, enjoy lifetime access with continuous course updates, weekly training calls, and ongoing community support, all without any monthly fees or extra charges. And the best part? You'll benefit from a high demand digital product, the course, expertly crafted and ready for immediate sale. Yes, that means you earn 100% profits on every sale. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to transform your free time into a profitable business. Join LipoMax today and watch your dreams take flight. Click on the link in the show note today to learn more. And so speaking to women out there who, are in that 40, 50-year range in your experience and what you work with, what's a really good piece of advice that you would give them if they're feeling a little bit lost?
Get support, talk, ask questions. If you don't get the answers you want, keep looking because there are women out there that are in the same position as you. There are women out there that want to support you. There are women out there that want to create this conversation. Talk to your daughters, your aunties, your mums, your sisters, all of the women around you. And sometimes you're going to hit dead ends. Some people might not want to talk about it, but the more you talk about it, the more you gather information. Support would have to be the first thing.
Oh, yeah. I completely agree. I know I was afraid for so long I wouldn't be supported because I wasn't supported, like you were saying, sometimes even your own family, close people that you would think is supposed to support you don't. And so it's like, well, what do you do with that? Like, how are you, how can I go to strangers and ask for them to support me when it's like nobody, close? So I love this because, and this is something that's talked about a lot, even on the show and to everyone I meet. And it's always a consistent thing, which shows the evidence of how powerful it is to get that support. Like that nobody's just saying this to say it. It genuinely will help you along your journey in so many ways. Like, it's the best thing that I ever had. I wouldn't be where I'm at today without the support, without allowing myself to take the risks and the chances to buy this program and learn from those people and then connect with those people in the community and just make connections, make friendships. And it leads down to all these different paths each time you do it. And I feel like it's such a win-win regardless of even the losses sometimes because you still learn things even when you do things and it's like, I did not get anything out of that. Or, oh, that didn't turn out exactly like I had hoped. But now I kind of know what not to do in my own
Mm.
way. So, there's always great ways to look at that as well. And how would you say, through the way that you've developed now too, how would you say it's helped with your relationships, even with your children and stuff?
Huge game changer in all of my relationships, in good ways and in interesting ways.
Oh,
Um, in good ways, in that I have very firm boundaries, in that I won't tolerate crap. I won't tolerate it. I am pretty much apart from my birth family, like my sisters and my mom, just because they don't respect my boundaries and they don't respect me as a person. I have lost friendships, but I've also gained amazing friends who are supportive and in my corner. And I only have to pick up the phone and my relationships with my boys have changed enormously because I've also shown them that it's okay to ask for what you need. So, I'm watching them grow up and be the people they need to be, even though they challenge me every now and again.
of course. They're boys. They're going to do that, aren't they?
And yeah, look, my friendships, I lost quite a few friendships because I just set really, really firm boundaries. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm not available for that. I'm not. I'm just not available to be pushed around or any of those sort of things. So yeah,
Yeah, well, you know what? Can I say kudos to you for doing that? That's awesome because you're not alone. I've also too lost friends along the way that just I feel like sometimes when you're no longer needed or you're not in a
yeah,
certain bracket with some of their other friends and certain things, it's, I am who I am and you either
mhm,
accept me or you don't. I've always been somebody who really goes out of her way to be there for people and I've been crapped on for that a lot. I'm taken advantage of for that for sure. But the more you step into who you're meant to be, and you obviously see this happening, that you really do attract the right people who will love, appreciate you, show up for you in ways that you didn't think people could. So it's beautiful and it's worth every bit of you working on yourself. It's working on yourself because they will come. Those people will come that you're meant to find as long as you keep taking steps towards what you're meant to do for you.
correct.
Yeah.
And it's always about the inner work, not about the outside. It's about this inner work.
Isn't it though? And that's a big point that people don't realize. Like, even with starting your own business, even with, strengthening your relationships, it always starts with you. Everyone's always worried about the actionable external steps that you got to take and do this and that or fix this and this. And no, you just need to work on you because as you work on that, you show up as the way you're meant to for everything else. Like, and it just really does attract it, doesn't it? Mm.
It's just the
Yeah.
most divine thing. And I don't know whether you've experienced it or not, but when you meet another person that is looking after their inside, there is just this calmness and gentleness about them that when you meet them, you just go, oh, you're my person. You're my
Yes. Oh, yeah. My mentor, Kathy Heller, like she's one of those persons for me. Like that, I love her energy. I love learning from her. Her perspective of life and everything is just all I'm about. I'm like, it's beautiful. So yes, you're right, and it's meeting women like you who just have this beautiful way about you of owning who you are, being authentic, and really pursuing what you want for yourself. And I think it's awesome that you're doing what you do. And I can't wait to see how you flourish with that. And for anyone listening too, tell us about how they could find you if they wanted to learn more.
Absolutely. So you can find me on Instagram and Facebook, Midlife with Katya. I am on LinkedIn, but I've only just gone on LinkedIn and I can't remember. I think it's Katya Dantini is what I'm under. Or on my website, katyamarie.com.au.
Awesome. And of course, we'll share that in the show notes too, as well for you. And give us a little like idea of what it is like to work with you. If you want to tell us a little bit about how you run your business.
Yeah, so I generally have two ways to work with me. So I have a one-on-one session where we just dive into what's coming up, what's going on. So what I see the mind, body, spirit, or mind, body, soul, and body. So whatever is happening in your mind will have a body reaction, will have a soul reaction. So looking at all of those levels. So that's our one-on-one session, and how I work with that is just tapping into, okay, what's coming up for you right now? Because most of the time people will walk into a session and go, well, this is happening and this is okay. Where is that sitting? What's going on? We talk through it. Then I have my Nourish membership, which is for midlife women to just feel like they're part of a community. Because that's one thing that I didn't have was a community. So I wanted to create a community. So that is bite-sized content weekly. And then I run a monthly women's circle where we just get to come in and just relax and enjoy your own space for 2 hours. And they're the two ways currently to work with me.
Yes, I love it. That's incredible. That's something I want to do as well as a membership eventually where I can bring mom entrepreneurs together for us to collaborate, support, encourage, look for guests, whatever you need. We're there to help each other, give each other insights, just like you said, that community, because it's a hard journey as it is in
Yes.
so many areas of our lives. So why not come together and let's find ways to help each other get there sooner, help each other grow, help provide the referrals or the sharing of each other's stuff, anything you can do to uplift. To me, your success is my success. And I think that's such an important message that I hope to create as I work on my things as well. So I think that's wonderful that you do what you do. And is there any other, from what you've experienced, what you've been through in your life, any other piece of advice or just inspiration you would like to share with moms out there?
I would just love all mums to recognize that they are a person outside of being a mum. They are an individual person, and it is okay to ask for what you need, and your desire for more is just your soul calling for you to step forwards.
Mhm. That's so true. And like I said, unfortunately, so many don't realize that or they let life pass them by. You know, we hope through our messaging, our conversations, talking about this will really help impact somebody who is feeling that in their soul that is telling them, hey, you should go look into this. Hey, you should make that call. You should take this certain thing. Like, do it. Just do it. You'll be surprised and amazed at the roads it will take you to. Right? It's quite incredible.
Absolutely. We just need to sometimes just that the rest of what it's about.
It does. It does. It sure does. And I want to thank you for sharing your story and your journey with us. I really do appreciate you being part of the show with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's just been amazing. Thank you.
What a beautiful soul. I am blessed to continue meeting and having women like Katya on the show. Here are the key takeaways from today's episode. It's okay to want more from life. Even if you have everything society says you should be grateful for, wanting more doesn't mean you're ungrateful. It means you're listening to that inner voice telling you there's more out there for you. The transformation process isn't always easy, but it's worth it. The struggles, the tears, and the challenges are all part of your growth. Keep going and you'll come out stronger and more aligned with your true self. Don't go through your challenges alone. Surround yourself with a supportive community that understands what you're going through. If your immediate circle doesn't support you, keep searching. There are women out there who will. It's crucial to establish firm boundaries in your relationships. Not everyone will respect your journey, and it's okay to distance yourself from those who don't. Prioritize relationships that uplift and support you. The most significant changes begin within. Whether it's in your business, relationships, or personal growth, focusing on your inner work will naturally attract the right opportunities and people into your life. Don't shrink yourself to fit into society's expectations of what a mom or a woman should be. Step into your authenticity and own who you are. This will not only benefit you, but also inspire others around you. Joining or creating a community where you can connect with like-minded women can be a game changer. Share your experiences, learn from others, and support each other on your journeys. Always strive for more while appreciating what you have now. Life is about continuous growth, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to evolve and reach new heights. If you want to learn more about Katya or know someone who could use her services, be sure to click on her links in the show notes to get connected today. We would greatly appreciate it if you would share this episode with anyone you feel would enjoy and benefit from tuning in. Also, please be sure to leave us a 5-star rating and let us know what are your takeaways from tuning in. I truly appreciate you tuning in with me each week and know that I am here if you ever need support and are ready to take action. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Until next time, much love.